All right. So, hello? Okay, so I think my microphone is pairing now. Okay. That only took like 20 minutes because I couldn't find pairing mode on this set of Bluetooth on the built helmet. This little guy right here. Yeah, so, hold on a second. There we go. That took way too long. I don't know if that did anything. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's do this. I don't even know how much gas I have in this thing. Should probably check that, but that's okay. Is the bag closed? Yes, it is. Okay, let's go. There's my bag. All right. Da 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 da. Man, throwing off my groove. There's a weird little crackle pop in my headset, probably because it's linked up to something it doesn't recognize. Alrighty. So, I'm headed home from work, and I figured today is the day to go over, well, first my helmet vent so I can breathe. There we go. Much more better. I've got my new, come on people. There we go. I've got my new Insta360 X4 Air. So today, my plan is to go over, so far, after only a few uses, my likes and dislikes about the Insta360 X4 Air. So, here we go. We're going to get into it. Yeah, I'd rather wait till I'm moving because that makes for much better footage. Woo, 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 ambulance. Hope everybody's all right. Anyway, I might be sitting at this light for a bit. So I want to go over my likes and dislikes of the Insta360 X4 Air, at least my experience so far. And I'm going to start with, obviously, you know what? Let's change it up. We're going to start with things that I don't like about it. So, one of the main reasons that I got this is the Insta360 X4 Air. I was looking for kind of budget friendly, you know. I was unsure on the 360 camera. I had looked at the Picasso 360 because that was like the most budget friendly. I was looking at the X3, but that didn't have the Bluetooth capability. I looked at the X4, which was nice. The X4 Air was lighter. The X5 was really expensive. The X4 Air was like an updated X4, not quite to the caliber that the X5 was, but I got it on a good deal. Sorry. I got it on a good deal. Amazon, of course. And I liked the price point of it. So anyway, I was starting with the bad. Actually, I think it's easier to start with the good. Because there's really not a whole lot of bad to it, in my opinion. So let's reverse, change it up a bit, rewind that, and we will start with the good. And I'm just going to come out and say, this is my first 360 camera. and I love this thing. I think it's amazing. Absolutely awesome. I am coming from a GoPro Hero 8 that unfortunately shorted out in about 1 foot of water. You know, it's supposed to be waterproof for like 30 feet. Yeah, well, it fell short there. So, while I like GoPro, kind of let me down with my Hero 8. So anyway, this is my first 360 camera. I've always kind of had my eye on these, and this one, it was priced right. I like that it has the changeable lenses should anything happen to it. And I was really after the Bluetooth connectivity for the Senna, and this ticked all the boxes. I love it. I love the size. I love the, at least from my research, the easy user interface. A little bit easier apparently than some of the others. I don't know by how much because I haven't used the others. And I love that it can still record in the 8K 30 frames per second. I haven't done the 8K 30 frames per second. I have set it right in the middle because there's, you know, 4K, then there's 6K, and then there's 8K. I chose and usually choose to roll with the 6K 50 frames per second. Just my theory, just from using GoPros, is just more frames per second, a little bit smoother. But again, I haven't tried the 8K. It's on my list of to-dos. So I'm going to try the 8K 30 frames per second eventually. But I really like the results I'm getting from the 6K 50 frames per second. Now, so I love the quality of it. I love the just shoot nature of it. I was going to say point and shoot, but with a 360 camera, you ain't even got to point it. You just got to click the shutter button. And I'm recording everything. Everything around me, in front of me, behind me, to the sides of me, whatever. And I'm hitting every single red light here, which is super fun. Love that. Where's my neutral? There we go. Anyway, yeah, I'm used to the GoPros where you have a specific field of view, and you point it, and you shoot it, and it's a pretty broad view. But with a 360 camera, you ain't even got to do that. You just mount it, turn on the shutter button. I have this thing mounted to the front of my TW200, which I'm riding today, just kind of sticking straight off the front of it. And I know that, because I've done a couple videos now, I'm going to get everything. Anything I want to focus on, if I want it to look forward in post-production, it'll look forward. If I want it to look at me, behind me, it'll do that. I've mounted it on my Miata. I've mounted it on my truck. I've mounted it everywhere. And, yeah, just click the shutter button nature of it and knowing I'm going to get everything covered. Because there was one thing that I didn't like about the restricted, you know, point and shoot nature of the GoPro, is I was limited in my field of view, and like I'd see something, and if I didn't turn my head fast enough or looking in that direction or it wasn't directly in front, it wasn't going to get picked up on camera. This thing, everything, it's all on camera. So anyway, that usability and its you know, ability to record everything at the same time is a definite plus. Also, I love the fact that it connects to, well, now both my Senna helmets. I've got my Scenic Strata 2, and I added the Senna 5S onto that one. It connects to that one, no problem. And then this one that's on my helmet, this little guy right here, that came with this Scenic helmet, like they're, I think probably the lowest line Senna device that's just built into the helmets, you know, the generic one. Not generic, it's still Senna, but it's like it's the one that comes with the helmet. It's the cheaper one. And it's built in. It's all integrated. But it connected to that, and we'll see if this video comes out with my voice, how well that worked. But I'm assuming, with previous experience, see, look, another red light, that, you know, it said it was connected and it's going to pick up everything. So I'm going to assume that I could assume the same results with this one. Yeah, so connects there, and I know even with the Insta360 wireless mic, it'll connect to that. So I think pretty much any Bluetooth mic you can connect to. I love the size of it. The camera, it's supposed to be the smallest of the others. It is very small. It is very lightweight, compact. Haven't had any issues there. Let's see. What else? Easy user interface. I like the available parts for it, which is probably the same for the other Insta360s, but like I have the premium lens guards, the tempered glass ones, just in case. Even though part of the reason I bought this was for the replaceable lenses. Like, I don't have to send it in and have it all torn apart. I could just order the kit, replace the lens myself. I really like that. I kind of like the future-proofing aspect of it. Let's see. I talked about the point and shoot. I've got the wind muff or wind guard thing over it, which I'll get to that in a bit because that brings up an issue I have with it, but also it's likely just a user issue. Yeah. You know what? We're going to side street it today. I was going to hop on the freeway, but nah, I don't think I need to. I need gas. I know I need gas because I'm on a TW200. I have no idea what the gas level is at because there's no dang gas gauge. So I'm going to stop and get some gasolina while I have a moment. Anyway, yeah, I like... Oh, I think I'm out of gas. Ah, shoot. Shit. Well, I think I just ran out of gas, y'all. There we go. Okay. Yep, I did. I've never run out of gas on this thing before. Woo! I had to switch it to reserve and to think I was about to get on the freeway. That's funny. I'm glad I caught that on camera. That is fantastic, man. Okay. I'm sorry, TW. I'm so sorry. I ran you out of gas. You poor little thing. Good thing I didn't hop on the freeway. I forgot I had taken this riding in the hills with my brother. And, no gas. Alright, let's stop and get some gas real quick. Because, man, somebody spilled gas everywhere. What is this? What is this magic? Okay. Alright. That was hilarious. That was definitely my my high for 2026 thus far. Not even a month into it. Yep. She dry. It dry as a bone. Okay, let's get some gas. Okay. Nope, I don't want that. Okie dokie. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Let's put some premium in it. Let's get some good stuff in there. What's up, y'all? I'm going to put some premium in the T-dub. Nope, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let me see. That is not full yet. There we go. Am I still recording? I'm still recording. Fantastical. Okay. Alrighty. All right. Now we will flip this guy back to run. I can comfortably say I have never once had to put the TW in let's reset my trip, because I know I get more than 67 miles to a tank, but I also know that I was riding it in the dirt a lot one day. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I've never once had to put the reserve on for this bike, ever. So that was new. Okay, let's do this. Okay, make sure my choke's all the way in. Where the hell is that thing? Yep, it's in. Rightio, let's do this. Squeaky, squeaky back brake. All right. Well, that was a little bit of a hiccup. Whoops. Oh, man. So anyway, camera's still recording, still connected to my Bluetooth, so you got to live that with me. Oopsie. I was like, wow, this bike got so quiet all of a sudden. Anyway, so yeah, I went over the things that I like about the camera. I got the lens covers and everything, which always recommend redundancy if you can. I have replaceable lenses. Why take the chance? Throw the lens covers on them. They were cheap. Okay, so, also, battery life. I like the battery life on this camera thus far. Please go. There we go. Much better. I really like the battery life on this camera so far. Recording at the 6K 50 frames per second, that is usually my go-to choice. Gosh, I think I haven't recorded long enough to where it died on me. I know I've done about like an hour's worth of footage total, and I think I still had like a third of the battery left almost. So that's cool. Far surpassed my GoPro, and my GoPro was recording at 2K. My Hero 8. It was recording. I had it recording at 2K60. Yeah, 2K60. So that battery. This is a bigger battery in this thing too. Also, it definitely looks bigger. I haven't checked like the milliamp hour size on it or anything like that, but so I had to breathe. I had to lift up my visor there. Yeah. So anyway, battery life on this thing is awesome. So that's another thing that I like. The touchscreen interface is great. Simple button usage. I'm learning to navigate the menus. Different than the GoPro for sure. But overall, I mean, it's touchscreen. It's not that difficult to figure out if you're even the slightest bit techie or have any previous experience with cameras or, heck, a touchscreen phone. No. Jefferson. We'll go down Jefferson. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, look, it's like my truck. Same thing, limited. Very nice. And see, even though I'm looking over there, I don't have to look over there, and I could probably pan the camera to see the truck. Another great thing about it. Okay, so now that I'm done ranting and raving about how much I love this camera, oh, I'd like to go, but that dude changed lanes. Come on, people. I want to go. It's my turn. Let me go. Want to get out of here. Come on. Your light is red. You should not be running the light. Yeah, there you go. Stop. It's your turn. My turn to go. Alright, anyway. No more Arnold voices. Yeah, so I was ranting and raving about the camera. Now, one of my qualms that could very well be a user error thing, and I'm pretty sure I actually know how to solve it. It's not so much a user error. You should be able to, hopefully, in the past have been, able to hear me nice and clear through my Sena Bluetooth in my helmet, which is connected to the Insta360 X4 Air. That being said, you can't, or likely won't be able to hear any of the bike sounds. Because I'm suspecting that due to the way the Sena is set up, being a Bluetooth mic for communication, it is mitigating all external noise to focus heavily on talk, which is understandable. Whee! I had to get by. So yeah, anyway, the Sena is meant to focus on talk. So that would make the most sense to me as far as this connection. The way that I plan to solve that is I think I'm going to pick up the Insta360 wireless mic. Guy's trying to get by me, but he's thinking like he can't. There's plenty of room there. I can get an RV through there. Anyway, yeah, I think if I pick up the Insta360 wireless mic and just stick it into the helmet, be able to stick it on the bike or whatever, that will solve that issue. Because again, Sena Bluetooth is meant for communication. You can play music through it in your headphones, but it's meant for communication. So that would make sense why it is not picking up any of the external sounds. Sorry, didn't know what the heck that kid on the e-bike was doing. I don't think he knew either. So that is one qualm I have with it, though I think I have a solve. The next qualm that I have is, and again, it could be user error, and while it's not really a qualm or an issue, it's kind of bothersome, I guess, and I'm trying to figure out the solution for it. And part of it could just be my settings for the microphone. So when I'm recording with the camera exclusively and I don't have a Bluetooth mic attached to it for my audio, I have this air mitigation settings set to strong for wind. On my motorcycle, I want to tune out the wind. However, above 40 miles an hour, it just becomes a constant whooshing. Like, it sounds like, not like crackly static, but you don't really hear any sounds. It's just like a, wind blowing into a muffled mic, I guess, almost. But I want to hear the sounds of, the car or the motorcycle or whatever it is on, and that's not what I'm getting. So I got this windshield to shield the mics on the Insta360 X4 Air, and it shields the two mics on either side at the top of the camera on left and right side. It shields them with an outer housing. It just clips on there. Outer housing with the foam on the inside for like deadening of the air, similar to, I guess, a Dead Cat or the Wind Slayer I had on my GoPro, which I will say worked exceptionally well. Like, I didn't even need the wind mitigation on, really, on that, because it did a really good job of just, I didn't have wind in it, so I was able to hear the bike loud and clear. I haven't figured out the setting for this one to do that. And I mean, only way to figure it out is try. But I'm afraid if I set it to weak, I'm just going to get more crackling. If I set it to, you know, no wind mitigation, then it will just be more distorted and crackly. So I didn't opt to do that, but I guess I should try it. And also, there's another microphone with a windshield on the front of the camera in the middle. And this foam deadening material, whatever, does not cover that mic. And I fear that maybe that one is still contributing to some of my wind noise, potentially, which is a bummer. However, I'll figure it out. I think I just need to try some of the other settings. Oh, that was a big old doggy. See, again, another perk of the 360 camera. I will totally catch that dog on camera. That dog was like the reincarnation of the beast from Sandlot. Come on over. I'm on TW200. I'm not going to try and beat you. Yeah, so, but realistically, those are my only two qualms about it. And it's related to microphone use, which is a new thing on this. I've only tried it. Whoa, we are stopped. What in the heck is going on here, man? There's never traffic back here. What is this magic? All right, we'll just motor through it. I could split through it, which would be preferable. Really like that. But I don't want to do it unless there's ample room. Wow, it's super backed up. Like, that dude straight turned off the damn road to find an alternate route. Come on, dude, you can be as mad as you want. Lane sharing is legal. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. What is this? This is terrible. So anyway, I guess I'm pretty much done talking about the camera. Overall, general ending statement, consensus, feelings. I love this camera. Do not regret it one bit. The only two little qualms that I have about it are definitely either going to be equipment choice or user error on my part, which, since it's so new to me, it's probably user error. So I am figuring those bugs out as we speak. Well, currently I'm writing as we speak, but I am working on trying to figure out those things. Oh man, there's a lane over there. Da-da-da-da-da. Just sneak on up here if I can, please. I'm never here at this time of day. Maybe that's part of the reason that I'm having such a traffic issue. Ah, everyone is trying to turn left. That is definitely the issue. I don't want to go left. I want to go straight so I can skip all the nonsense stop signs over on the other side of the road, or the other road over. Alrighty. I'll chill back here. Yeah, so if you're thinking of buying the Insta360 X4 Air, I'd highly recommend it. It's a full win in my book. I love this thing. Coming from my GoPro that I had, not trying to talk down GoPro. GoPro's great. My opinion, I was due for a change. I wanted a change in ecosystem and a change in hardware, so I went this route. But I'd give it a buy in my book. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was informative. I have other videos which I talked more about settings and what it's capable of. And maybe in the comments, if I get some comments that people want to see more of its capabilities or go through the settings more. Although there are many other videos out there of people that have done a super deep dive into the settings, because how else do we learn anything anymore? School of YouTube, right? So I can do that, but there is other options out there. And why try to make something that's already been made and compete in a market that's saturated? Alright, thanks for watching. Shiny side up. Ride safe out there. Keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down. And I will see you later. Deuces.